Good morning, YouTube, and today we have a barrier statue deck profile with the heater in the background because it's really cold here in Oklahoma. Should have probably done ice barriers instead. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Starting off, we have 3 Fossildyna Pachycephalo. It's the best barrier statue, ironically, in a barrier statue deck, but opponent can't special summon if he gets flipped face up, then pop ball, special summon monsters in the field. It's pretty beautiful. For our actual barrier statue portion, we run 3 of the Stormwind, 2 Inferno, and 2 Torrent. Now, in terms of whenever these ratios, I find it's better to have 3 different types of statues depending on what the format is, rather than just 2. You could side deck the Earth one or the Light one, just depends on whatever you're facing against at your regionals or locals or wherever you go. So that's it for the Monster Lamp. It's only 10 cards, and usually if you see one of those, your opponent can't special summon, so hopefully you win. That's the gimmick of the deck. It's a very helmety deck. Moving on to our spells, we run a playset of Card of Demise, and then additionally we run a playset of Paw Duality. Yeah, Desires is a little bit better, but I have run a little bit more of a grindy barrier statue build, and so I like Duality a little bit better so that you don't banish your entire deck. Moving on to our spells, we run a playset of Moon Mirror Shield. This is absolutely essential. If you're going to win the game, usually it's going to be partially due to this. Next, we run 2 Forbidden Lance, Raigeki for that board clearance when you can't get a Moon Mirror Shield, and rounding up our spells, we run a Necro Valley because I'm a old Gravekeeper junkie, and this is great in this kind of a deck. Now, moving on to our traps. This is where it gets a little bit different. 2 regular Mirror Force, 2 Drowning Mirror Force, and 2 Stormy Mirror Force. If you've seen my Force of Goblins deck profile, or you know me in general, you know I love Mirror Forces. So I ran 6 of them because board clearances is something you really need in this deck that doesn't have too much oomph, and so I run a total of 6 Mirror Forces. Next, we run triple Dark Bribe. Of course, this is to get over that evenly matched out there. It doesn't matter how many cards your opponent draws, because if they can't special summon, it doesn't really do them any good. Next, I run a playset of Solemn Strike. I like this over Solemn Warning because if your opponent, so let's say they have a Spiral Tough, or they have something else that's a monster effect that negates stuff, you can destroy it because a lot of times they won't be able to special summon anyway. So a Solemn Warning won't do you as much good as, in my opinion, as just the effect negator of Solemn Strike. Here's the really gimmicky part. I run 2 Dimensional Wall, Magic Cylinder, Ring of Destruction. Since it's a lot more of a slow, grindy deck, it's fun to just inflict burn. I mean, this is already, you're going to be so slow, and your opponent's not going to really like playing you anyway, so might as well throw something else a little bit more spicy and fun. And rounding up, we have the spiciest tech of them all, Triple Curse of Darkness. I love this card, especially in pendulum heavy formats, or just even nowadays, most of draw. Oh, you want to play your pendulum scales, you take 2,000 points of damage. Each time a player activates a spell card, they take 1,000 points of damage. That's with you and your opponent, but usually it won't matter because you'll be playing most of your spells turn 1 and passing, and then poof. As for the extra, it doesn't matter too much. I'd probably recommend siding of Cherries or something, just depending on what your opponent's playing. Or you could even main it if you want to, if you elect to run Desires over Card Demise. The only 2 you can go into are Tornado Dragon and Infernal Flame Vixen. Obviously, there's other stuff, like if you throw aside the barriers, the Earth Barrier statue, then you can play rock types or stuff like that. But you run the Fire one, and you run the Wind one. And so Tornado Dragon, you can also run a Lightning Chidori if you wanted to. Infernal Flame Vixen is kind of just gimmicky and fun, but it's an option you can go into in one of the better fire specific rank 4s. So it's all right. It's all right. And the rest is all just Cherries targets. I don't have a double Helix, so that would of course go in here. But as for it's just any kind of random onslaught of Xyz you may run into, it's just all sorts of crazy. It depends on if you're going to locals or if you're going to regionals. You just change it up depending on what the format is. This is really just what's doing better right now, the places I play at, minus the of course the double Helix. That's going to wrap up my barrier statue deck profile. This is obviously a lot more of a truly kind of a fun stun deck. I main Gravekeepers, so this is just right up that same alley. It's a deck that can survive many different formats. You can play this in just about any format, just adapt to it, and you'll do pretty decently. Obviously, the The spells and traps you can change up a little bit. But this is something that can get you started and hopefully along the way to getting yourself doing a little bit better. If your opponent doesn't know how to get over this, then they're going to lose. So you'll more than likely end up positive at the end of the day, but as you do after that is up to you. Anyway, thanks.